Bismillah. Salam and hello everyone. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to solve this question, which is which element likely forms a cation with a positive 2 charge. The first thing you have to know is to look at the keyword, which is cation. And the second thing is for you to know that it is a plus 2 charge, forms a plus 2 charge. A cation, for those who don't know, is just basically a positively charged ion. Okay, it's positively charged. That means the ion is positively charged. Or the opposite of that is what you call an anion, for all of you who don't know that, which is just a negatively charged ion. Okay, so that's it. Cation positive charge, anion negatively charged. Now the next thing you have to know is you're asking for the plus 2 charge, which means that a cation normally can be plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, but we want the one that is specifically a plus 2 charge. Now, knowing all of this information, you have to look at this much more critically, because of course you can only have one answer, right? So the next thing you do is to look at the options. I'm teaching you this whole process so that when you're in the exam, you can think about it. And of course, you have to be quicker in your exam. You have sodium, which is sodium atom. We have sulfur, we have silicon, we have magnesium, and we have bromine. Now, for those of you who are not aware, the left side of the periodic table is the side that tends to be positively charged, because of this is the metal side. So you see the lithium group right here, the beryllium group that you can see, the boron group. So basically, group 1, group 2, group 13, all are metals. So metals tend to be positively charged. And you see the group 14, so carbon and silicon, they are called what you would know as metalloids. So basically they have the characteristics of both metals and non-metals. Okay, and usually they tend to be positively charged, because I am very much aware that silicon is usually positively charged. So next you have the nitrogen, the oxygen, and the fluorine atoms. All of this and your fellow groups. So the nitrogen group, the oxygen group, the fluorine group, basically down the periodic table, they are all negatively charged, and they are all non-metals, and they are all anions. So it's important for you to know that metals tend to form cations, and they tend to be at the left hand side of the periodic table, and non-metals tend to form negatively charged atoms, and they tend to be on the right side of the periodic table. So I think it's very important for people to know. So you know now that sodium is a metal, okay, sulfur is a non-metal, silicon is a metalloid, magnesium is a metal, and bromine is a non-metal. So we know non-metals tend to be negatively charged. That's going to make it easy for us to cancel out the answer B and cancel out the answer E. So now we're left with sodium, silicon, or magnesium. Now, the next thing you have to do is the way we can differentiate this is that we're dealing with a plus 2 charge. I'm just going to erase this a little bit because we've gotten the point here. Plus 2 charges are charges as a result of looking at the groups anytime you're doing this on the periodic table. So you see this lithium group here is called alkali metals. So alkali metals are group 1 of the periodic table. Okay, they tend to have a plus 1 charge. So group 1 tends to have a plus 1 charge. And then you have alkaline earth metals of the periodic table, right? They tend to have a plus 2 charge, because um there's alkaline metals, group 1, plus 1 charge, and then alkaline earth metals, which is group 2, which is a plus 2 charge. And both of them together are alkali earth metal for group 2 and alkali metal for group 1. And when you think about that, you see that sodium has to be a plus 1 charge. That means we have to eliminate the A here. We also see that magnesium is going to be plus 2. So our answer is actually magnesium. And in order for us to confirm it, because we haven't looked at silicon, remember that silicon is a group 14 element. This is important that everyone who is studying the periodic table and studying chemistry, you have to master the periodic table, know the different groups, right? Know all the different groups. Group 1 elements form a positive 1 charge, group 2 elements form a positive 2 charge, group 13 form a positive 3 charge, group 14. So like carbon single, they have a positive 4 charge, and then you have nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, they all have negative charges. So you can see silicon from this understanding is going to have a plus 4 charge. So plus 1, a plus 4, and a plus 2 charge is what is left of the three options, and we're asked to solve for magnesium. So the answer we solve for is magnesium, which has a positive 2 charge. Which is what this means is also that calcium, which is on that group, is also a plus 2 charge. That's just how it works. So this is just like a great tip for all of you who will be doing chemistry and maybe struggling. The answer is D, magnesium. It has a positive 2 charge. One, because it's a metal, two, because it's a group 2 element. Have a good rest of your day. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.